Good morning, everybody. I guess it's morning here. Don't know exactly what time you'll be getting to see this video. This is Spiffy Matt 117. Every once in a while, I try and do a little video to kind of explain things a little bit. We just got done a territory war. Um, you guys did really well. I think we improved quite a bit on our territory war, territory battle. Still need to get some more stars so that we may be able to get some of these Zetas that they give away as part of the rewards. I have to check again how many stars it is for us to finally get one Zeta, but I believe if you get all stars, you can earn 3 Zetas from a territory battle, and we all know that Zetas are incredibly important. So I want to just take a few moments to kind of debrief on territory battles, on what we just have gone through. We will have a dark side here coming up later on in the month, so it's kind of a good time to kind of hash out some of these things for next time. One thing I'd like us just to kind of guide us, I guess, and just give us some ideas of what we could work on. One of the things in territory battles is definitely important of how high your galactic power is. Your galactic power allows you to be able to earn more points in as you deploy and in each phase of territory battle. So I'm going to just all of a sudden go to here to my lowest characters, and if you notice that I don't have, I believe last night I was working at it, I do not have a character under 60, level 60. Here's Carthier. He's my lowest. Haven't really worked on him. Couldn't grind for him until, we can't grind for him yet at all. I guess he's a pretty decent leader with the Old Republic. But anyways, my suggestion for all of us is between now until the next territory battle, the dark side, is take your characters and make sure they're all to level 50. Get them all to level 50, and with level 50, it opens up your mods. And as you put mods and get to level 50, your galactic power will grow, and it'll also allow us to put more galactic power into each phase of territory battles. So anyways, that's something for us to consider for next time. Also, I can't really show it here in this one. I should have done the video during one of the territory battles for deployment. But as you noticed, and I just apologize for how nitty gritty it was and having to keep going back and forth, just as commands, and as we grow, guys, that'll get easier because we'll have more characters in the platoons to be able to fill and not have to worry about trying to coordinate that entire thing. So I'm just gonna, as you guys are just kind of listening to me ramble on to stupidity, I'm gonna put a battle in here, and I'm just gonna let it go auto, so that at least it's not just a boring video of just me rambling on. Anyways, so one of the things we really need to think about when we go into deployments, I know for this last one, and we open up deployments in the middle territory, and we say let's go to 1 star, and then we will open up bottom territories. Now, I don't know how it's done in the past, and I know myself in the past of other territories, I've been one of the fortunate, lucky ones to deploy and to be able to get it to the next star. One thing to consider, that if you're going to be the person that gets us to the next star in deployment, is only click the amount of characters you need to get it to the next star, which then allows you to use your extra characters that you didn't need to throw into that deployment to go into the next one. It helps us to allocate our points to the best of abilities to try and get our stars for each territory. Boys, look at that. I'm losing. That usually happens when I auto. Um, but also in the same thing of platoons. Now, this may be new that, we worked really hard to only look at particular platoons to fill. One of the reasons is because a lot of times some of them had Juhani, and no one of us had Juhani high enough to be able to take her into platoons. So that needs to be left alone. In order for us to get the benefits for each platoon, we have to fill them in pairs, and then that gives us the benefits that we need. What a bunch of dummies. I would have taken up Throd right first thing. So with those pairs, then it obviously gives us the benefits of the battles for the next phase and so on and so on, which makes it a whole lot easier. One of the reasons, too, is a lot of us must say, well, what's the point? We can still put tunes in that platoon even though it's not going to be filled. Yes, you can. But it goes all the way back to being able to specifically allocate your points to the best spot you can. So if you had put tunes in a platoon, a character in a platoon that didn't need to be or shouldn't have been filled, then we may have lost deployment points in that territory than we should have in the other one. So, for instance, if you had put 6 tunes in a platoon that should have been filled, then we lost deployment in another platoon to be able to help us get to another star. I know it's nitty gritty. It gets nitty gritty when we're as low as we are in terms of galactic power as a guild. But these things will get easier because, as you'll notice, that things, as we grow, we won't have to keep going back and looking at platoons to see if we fill. I personally get quite... I get quite tired and worn out myself. As much as you guys go back and forth looking, myself and Saxif, and I keep going back and making sure things are kind of looked after. So we're kind of contending on that quite a bit as leaders. So some of these were the big things that I kind of wanted to address on this whole thing. Just a side note, I was real lucky with one of these a couple of years ago and was able to pull a complete Bear Safi out of this bronzing pack. Such a lucky duck. Anyways, if you have any questions, feel free to shoot any one of us these questions. And as we go on with Dark Side Territory Battles, you will see that we'll kind of get into an ebb and flow. Did you like that pun with Thrawn? We'll get into an ebb and flow. I'm sorry, I'm a little cheesy. Anyways, so we will get into a flow, and I don't know if any of you noticed that the first platoon I tried to open was right around 10 p.m. Eastern time. So depending on where your time zone is, just kind of gauge it. That's when I'm gonna get on and open that first platoon, and the same for the next one. Will probably more depending on if we can get that star or whatever we're trying to accomplish with that first platoon, or the first deployment open. I'm just messing all of my words here, and so just keep an eye on that, and if we don't get it open, like the second one open to the next day, it's okay. We got 24 hours to get a phase done in territory battle. Just one last thing before I'd like to sign off here, where I think we'll be coming up to a territory war. Now, man, I don't know how that's going to play out now that they have taken away characters that we've worked so hard to be able to use. And it seems like for a lot of us, it's a key character in a team that we have put together to be able to do well. I don't really agree with the decision that CG has done, and sometimes I guess I think about it. Some of the things they do, I just get quite put out. Anyways, so it's gonna have to. I don't know how things are gonna play out with territory war. we'll just have to play it by ear and try and figure out how we want to set our defenses and things like that, and just kind of, get our minds around. If any of you have any ideas, I'm very open to suggestions. We are very open to suggestions to get things figured out. Anyways, this is Spiffy Matt. I'm signing out. I hope, the next time I do a video, it won't be so stupid and boring as this one. And you guys all have a great day. Have a good one.